Welcome back, Ceramics 2. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to trim and finish your rose lid for your jar assignment. You were supposed to choose 2 jar lids for your 1 jar, and if one of those choices of yours was to make the rose lid, you should be watching this video. The rose lid is the one that is domed on the top, but has the inner flange on the inside that fits into the ring of your jar. So you should have your lid from last time. Now this one does not have a handle on it. You can leave it without a handle because the point is that you're actually like lifting the lid. But if you want to put a handle on as well, that's fine too. And in this video, I'll put a handle on just for fun. Okay, so starting, you should have your lid that you threw in the other video. Okay, and the flange should be angled in just so slightly so that it fits and makes a solid seal at the top. Take your lid, and of course, we're gonna put it on the wheel and we'll need to center it. So just as you've done before, use those concentric circles the best you can to judge your timing, or not your timing, your centering, and use your needle tool to double check that it's centered, and actually that's pretty good. If you need to, remember you take from the thick and give to the thin. So if I've got a thick side, I'm going to move it towards the thin side. Now you've got this flange underneath here that's empty, right? So when you take your lugs, press them down onto the wheel head, and then when you pinch in, try to shove them underneath a little bit so that they catch that rim so that your lid doesn't tilt back and forth. Okay, that's super important because you don't want to be trimming the lid or throwing the knob on top of it and it's like jiggling back and forth and up and down. Okay, so now I've got my lugs in place. We're ready to go. Take your trimming tool and you're going to start trimming just a nice curve on. Remember, you want your wheel going reasonably medium, not super fast, but medium fast. All right. And you're just going to round out that lid. Unlike trimming a foot, you don't need to worry about trimming the inside piece of it. So you're just going to take that flat top and slowly round the edge down so you get a nice rounded feel. So I mean, that right there is almost done. I'm going to trim just a little bit more. Now if I'm thinking sculpturally here, I know that the ridge where my foot or where my flange is about there. So I can trim a little bit more there just to like smooth it out, but I don't want to make the bottom of my T-bowl, right? Like this center area, I don't want to make that too thin because I'm actually going to throw a knob there. If you don't intend to throw a knob, you can make it a little bit thinner, but I'm going to leave that there just for the sake of the video. Now, I've worked up a little wedged ball of clay. I'm just going to kind of roll it into a little cylindrical shape here. And now I don't have any slip on hand because my bucket is fresh, but I'm going to slip and score this centerpiece. Use some old slip from your bucket that you've got sitting there. I'm just going to use a dab of water and secure it on. I'm just going to gently push it down, just as if I was starting to throw on the wheel, and now the lid is my wheel head. So I'm just kind of gently pushing down, securing it before I get started. Okay, and now that that is secure and on there, I'm just going to throw it. Okay, so I'll turn my wheel back on. And with this little teeny piece, you might just have to use your fingers. And instead of thinking I need to center this whole thing and do like a centering and compressing deal, I'm just going to grab this little piece of clay and center it up and start squishing it down to form my knob. Okay? And actually this clay is giving me a little trouble here. It's not wanting to center nicely, so I'm going to have to just compress it, mess with it a little bit. But basically take that little lump of clay. After you get it secured on, you can pull it, push it, collar it, even shape it with a rib if you wanted to, in the sense of getting it to blend in. Okay, so you want to blend that into the lid top. And have it be even. Like that. Now this one is pretty tall. I might recommend not making one that tall, but you can use your artistic choice. Again, anything that's going to enhance the overall shape and unity of your form. Okay, now I could make it much smaller, I could make it much taller, I could do whatever I want. The only thing that I'll recommend for sure is that you've got a little nubbin underneath, this little piece here, that you can actually grab onto, and that the union down here between your handle knob and the top of your lid is looking nice. Now, since this is a rose dome lid, you don't necessarily need that handle on there. That's only a artistic choice. I think it looks cool. I want to put it on, kind of a thing. So once I'm done, here is my rose dome with the knob on top. And if I place this on top of my jar, it fits nice and solidly, and there's that idea of, oh, now I've got that lid on the top and I can grab here and pull it up. Okay, so that completes how to make a rose domed lid with the knob on top. Thanks for joining me, Ceramics 2.